Himanshu.
Hey.
So my name is Harsh. I am currently working with Walmart Global Tech here in India. Currently, I am working as a software engineer three, primarily working on a data engineering platform, which is a real-time streaming platform for Walmart, where we stream data across Walmart stores and we do some stream aggregation and all. As well as it is a platform where developers like you and me, they can bring in their own real-time data streaming pipeline without having to go through the learning curve of learning Scala, Python, and like Spark syntax and all. Just the basic knowledge of how Spark pipeline works, that should do. So it is like a low-code data streaming platform. So that's a bit about me. Let's hear from you.
Sure. So, hi Harsh, I'm Himanshu, currently associated with Emphasis, but deployed into Wells Fargo. So
Mm,
here, we are building a tool called e-trading. So for
mm,
this, we are working. So talking about the big data technologies, so here we are using network file server. From that server, we are processing the file to our HDFS environment, and
mhm,
then from the HDFS, then we perform some business queries using this kind of validation rules
mm,
that set by the business, so that
mm,
we perform in order to validate, let's say, we are getting some files, and for
mm,
this we know we should have ideally some 25 columns, but if we
mm.
suppose we are getting 55. So such kind of the good file or bad file definition that we have. So for this, I got a chance to develop various script. So this is one task, and apart from that, this kind of the pipeline that we have. So anything specific you wanted to know, I can explain you.
Uh, yeah, a bit more info about your role specific to your data pipeline would be really helpful, actually. So, like, what exactly you were able to accomplish, or any like significant thing you want to highlight about your achievement, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, sure. So I was just explaining you one scenario. So
Mm,
to briefing more about it.
mm,
Recently I got one issue wherein
mm,
as I told you, we are processing file on a daily basis. So here
mm,
one true while loop will be running in the background. So whichever the files are coming at any point of the time, so we need to process this. So while processing, we used to get them logs wherein say suppose which I'm expecting some file that should be processed
mm,
at let's say our IST time 7 p.m., and the files containing 1.5 to 2 GB of the data. So out of it, we got some bad record. So
mm,
in order to identify it, I need to go and check the logs. Like here we are using Autosys. It's like
mm,
our casting tool. Mainly backing domain we use it. So here we don't get much logs, like some limited logs we get, but I can request
mm,
to the my service desk team to get the full logs, and then since we don't have access, being a developer, so wherein I can go and fetch what are the root cause. It's kind of tedious job to finding a single record in out of 2 GB of data. So for this, we have written a script, but the script is not I would say we have performed some action and transformation, but sometimes some new scenario happens, right? So that we don't know what can happen. So just an example, I was expecting some 25, my
mm,
column length was 25, but I got some 55 character of data. So it was failed for this reason. So I got some 4 and 5 such records in entire of the file. So to reaching to those bad records, so this kind of the things I used to do majorly in my project.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. So Himanshu, probably will move to the like coding side of things, actually. So,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, I have shared this Google Doc with you. So
Mhm.
if you can open that up and share your screen, I'll just paste a question over there. Probably, maybe you can answer the question.
Okay, sure.
And please do share your screen.
Yeah, hope you can see now.
Yeah, it is visible. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I have pasted this question. So just let me quickly explain this question to you. So it is a, uh basic question where you've been given a table employee. It has
Mm-hmm.
following fields: ID, name, salary, and manager ID. So basically, uh, if there is an employee, he would be linked to a manager basically. Like his manager ID would be
Mm-hmm.
stored in the same row.
Right.
Okay. Now you have to write a SQL solution where you find out who earns more than their manager. So in this sample input, if you see uh,
Mm-hmm.
the first row, right? Joe is the
Right.
employee. He earns
Mm-hmm.
70,000, and his manager ID is 3, which points to Sam actually,
Sam.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So now Sam earns 60,000, but Joe earns like 70. So Joe becomes your resultant output. Whereas if you see in the second case of Henry, Henry
Mm-hmm.
earns 80,000, but his manager Max earns more than him, which is 90,000. So he does not make the cut.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, like here we can use some self join to solve this. So
Mhm.
I will be writing the query. Table name is employee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So select. Let's say I'm taking name. Okay.
Mhm.
From employee.
Probably you can, while writing the query, just you can walk me through the query as well, so that it will
Sure.
be like.
Yeah, good idea. Sure. So what I'm thinking is like I
Mhm.
can do this some self join here. So
Mhm.
wherein like self join is something like joining the table itself. So I
Mhm.
am taking employee table and I'm
Mhm.
taking as alias as e, so that I
Mhm.
can differentiate like this is for employee. So I have
Mhm.
taken e name of the employee, okay,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
joining with the same table. So again I have taken a employee, but I taken as m. M we can
Mhm.
understand as manager. So
Mhm.
I have taken as EID of like employee ID and is
Mhm.
equal to MID. Like
Mhm.
we can
Right.
compare
Right.
these two, right?
Yeah.
And then in the last we can say that where I will writing in a filter
Yeah.
where salary, sorry, yeah, e salary like employee salary more than manager salary. M1 dot salary. I hope this query can give us the desired output. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh, yeah. Just one thing actually.
Yeah, yeah,
So
please.
yeah, this like the alias you are using and the alias in the where query, they're not matching. So this might fail. But yeah,
Okay.
that's just a minor thing.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
correcting me.
Yeah. No issues. Uh, okay. I see you've used like you've not specified exactly which join to use. So can you tell me like by default which join will be invoked in case if you don't mention any join, like explicitly mention anything.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we can explicitly mention inner join, or I guess it's by default picks inner join.
Hmm.
But my idea was to do some self join to get the both the table joining itself.
Yeah. Right.
So I think self join it will be the more sufficient here.
Yeah, self join is okay, but my point
Mm-hmm.
was like you as you have not mentioned any inner join or left join, right? You have just mentioned the
Right,
join. So
right.
what exactly will be invoked if you just mention join? Like what is the default join which will be invoked if you don't explicitly mention anyone?
I guess it should be inner join.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. I guess this
Yeah.
should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, and any optimization you can think on this query probably.
And the query optimization side. What else we can do? We have already taken this, specify with this, and then, it's not taking at the my mind as of now.
Yeah, should be fine. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Mm-hmm.
like instead of where you can use and basically. So your this comparison will be done at like the join level only when it is joining. So you will fetch lesser amount of records basically.
Okay, thank you very much.
So when you have like nested queries and all to pick up,
Mm-hmm.
like when you make a join in inner query and you have to do some aggregation on outer queries and all. So at that time, this helps a lot to reduce the row count, overall row count.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, Probably we'll take one more. I'll just
Yeah.
quickly copy the question for you. So this will be a similar one only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've pasted the question. So here again, you have one table, which is orders table basically, which has like
Okay.
order number and the customer number. So order number, you can assume it's like a specific order basically. So suppose if you go into a restaurant, you order something, right? So the bill
Mm-hmm.
is generated against that order. So you can consider order number as that. And customer number is obviously the customer ID basically, right?
Okay.
So now
Mm-hmm.
you have to find out the customer number who has placed largest number of orders basically. So and like you have a lot of records, but you can have only one customer who has placed like a lot of orders. So if you see the sample input over here, for order number one, there is customer number one, and similarly, so your customer number three has placed two orders, basically three and four, right? So now when you write your query, your query should return customer number three because he has put it in a like multiple orders basically, like the larger number in the sample input size.
Okay, because customer three, um, he ordered. Okay, order number 3 and 4 belongs to customer three.
Yeah.
Okay, likewise. Okay.
So one and two has ordered just one orders, right? But customer
Mm-hmm.
three has ordered two. So he has like max number of orders. So you have to like write a query to generate.
Okay. The customer with the number 3 has to order which is greater than either 1 or 2, because of them.
So in current scenario, I'll just give you one more thing. So if
Mhm.
you see the question in the current scenario, it can happen that only one customer has like placed more order than any other customer. So you just have to identify only one customer who has like the most number of orders.
Okay. Okay. So, like select customer. Yeah. So here we need to find who's coming, like who's given the order more than once time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huh.
So select. I can take the customer number because I need customer number. Let me go. Yeah. So I'll be taking from here customer number from orders.
Mhm.
Group by
Mhm.
order by
Mhm.
order by. I guess it should be order number, right?
Huh.
Okay.
Probably not just order number. Like if you do just order number, it might like it will sort it based on ID, right? So
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, probably a
That,
count of order number should be fine, I guess.
okay. Okay. Hmm,
Mm,
count of
I
order
guess,
number.
yeah, count should be part of order by close, I guess.
Count of order by or
Order by count.
okay, okay, order by count. फिर आपका DSC मतलब डिसेंडिंग और DSC 1 राइट.
Yeah, cool. I Yeah, should be fine related to SQL questions.
Okay.
Probably you can help me understand a bit about your knowledge within Apache Spark space. So, can you just tell me like what is
Mm-hmm.
the basic difference between RDD data frame and data set? Basically?
Sure. So, firstly, like, can I stop sharing or still you want me to
Yeah,
share?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Should be fine, I guess. Like if you need to explain something, maybe you can share it again. But as of now, I'm good.
Sure. So, like, as you asked for basic differences between RDD data frame, like lower level API
Hmm,
and higher level APIs. So,
hmm,
like in RDD, like we can like there is no by default any optimization, you know, but if you go with the higher level API, so Spark knows like here some optimization is required. So like here coding wise is also easy. Like in higher level APIs we have data frames that gives some
hmm,
SQL kind of things, like where we can create a tables or something, and also we have the Spark SQL, where in
hmm,
RDD is like programming kind of things we need to do. Like it's kind of the basic data structure given by the Apache Spark, wherein we can create some RDD and we can read the data.
hmm.
So it's kind of, you know, as we know, it's low level API. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Uh, yeah. Do you know the difference between reduce by key and group by key?
Yeah, what happened basically,
Mhm,
if you are working in a real-time scenario, so we should avoid like grouping by key, because there's a lot of shuffling will be required.
mhm,
The basic difference between those, like local level, like locally aggregations happened in reduced by key, wherein it's here is not
mhm,
in group by, right? So that this makes the basic differences. If you talk about which is the faster, so surely like
yeah.
reduced by key will be the faster.
Right. Yeah. Uh, and do you know, uh, do you know about repartitioning coalesce? Can you explain a bit about them?
Repartitioning and coal is sure. What
Yeah.
happened, like why we should go for repartitioning and coal is, like, let's say we have some situation wherein
Hmm,
like we need to do some repartition again, like where we need to increase our, you know, file increase
hmm,
our partition. So I think repartition will the best, where we can also give the option to, you know, decrease the number of partition. But what repartition does, it's make sure that our data is evenly distributed among in on the cluster, wherein like colis won't think about it, and it don't shuffle the data much and directly is give the result. So that's why colis is faster. So if we want
mhm.
to decrease the partition, I think colis should be our choice, and increasing for repartition surely.
Good. Yeah. Himanshu, I am done from my end. Please let me know if you have any questions.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
I
thanks
hope
again.
you had a really good experience, and I wish you best of luck for future.
Thank you very much. Harsh.